Good morning. Good morning. How is everybody out there doing? I hope everybody is blessed. I hope everybody is having a wonderful, wonderful morning. It is the morning time. And I'm gonna hop right into it because I have a lot of things to do today. I had told you a while ago that I was gonna start talking about just experiences and advice that I have to my Black community seeking polyamory relationships or relationships outside of the norm. I pretty much stand by those, and eventually I will have my husband coming on to join because I am married and my YouTube world will get to see him. I think y'all may have seen him in a previous video or such. And eventually my girlfriend or the lady that we are dating will come on as well, for her to give her perspective as being a single lady coming into a couple. And the reason for my video, and I know it's quite a few videos out there, and I do at any time of my video I will promote, go out, research other people, listen to people's perspectives. I am coming from up north, which is in Indiana, and living down in the south for the last 5 years as well. It's very different dynamic, different people you meet, people understanding of what polyamorous relationship is, aspects, or even to the judgmental parts or the negative parts, because there is, coming from, most Black people are coming from Christianity, either Baptist or Pentecostal, most that I've known. That's why I say definitely go seek other avenues and see what people life is about. But the important part about it is because as I continue my polyamorous journey in my life, because it's not a journey for me, this is my life. So my life is a whole, the journey, everything I want to come to. And I know that as far as the people or couples or units or triads or whatever are doing it now, we are eventually going to become a very normal thing. And in that normal thing, it's like, one thing I want you to understand, even to the people who are still monogamous, is nothing wrong with monogamy for you. That's like, it's nothing wrong with being straight. It's nothing wrong with believing in Jesus, and there's nothing wrong with believing in all the things that you believe in and anything else. It only becomes wrong when we try to push our agendas on other people or make you feel less than because you don't believe or don't, agree with what I agree with. It's all a matter of respect, of foundations and understanding. Even if you don't seek it, even if you don't understand, please don't cast your insecurities off on us. And yes, I am honest and raw, and the few followers that I do have already, thank you so much. And the people that you will join to see this video will get to understand that I'm very honest, I'm very raw about people seeking. And that's why I feel like it's important for the young women or even older women, I say young, into coming into this, breaking away from what you call your norm. I feel like it's a responsibility that we have to put out there as you do continue on this journey and seek new understanding. One thing I do want you to understand is communication is everything. And ladies, it has to be a point where polyamory also bring into a perspective of a woman understanding her mate. And that's what I'm going to talk about this morning past the introductory part. Thank you to those who last this 3 minutes and 43 seconds. But the one thing I find is beautiful about this journey is I'm starting to understand my husband. Coming from the monogamy world and Christianity world and people that we were raised with, and a bad relationship, I will put that there first. I've learned that my emotions is not the only emotions that's important or valid. And as women, as I am a woman, because everybody ain't done this, but I'm gonna speak from my perspective only, and I hope people that watch this video understand, and everybody that don't, well, whatever. So nevertheless, one thing I learned when I found a man that could be a man and lead me and submit to me in the same instance, it fucked me up. Sorry for the F-bomb, but it did. It messed me up because I was so used to the manipulative and not loving myself. And that's where the light came on for a lot of things. But I also realized with my husband that because he's a great communicator, that it's like I have feelings. I might not express them the way that you do, or we might not handle situations the way that they do, but I want you to listen to me. I want you to listen to what I'm telling you to feel. Don't already come to the conversation dismissive, meaning that I'm about to say whatever the hell I'm gonna say. I know what I said what I said. You can say whatever you want to say, but I know what I said. I don't know how I feel. That's not fair. And if anybody is trying to build on a polyamory relationship, you have to break down that wall of your feeling is the only valid feeling, man or female. But I'm a woman, I can't speak for a man. He'll come on to get that perspective later. But I know I've walked into a lot of arguments, a lot of relationships, a lot of invalid feelings with that attitude and got nowhere. In my last relationship, because maybe if I would have stood up for myself when I wanted to stand up for myself, things wouldn't have went the way that they did, but they did. Now, with that being said, it's not like we're trying to pacify, but men are human creatures. Yes, they're supposed to lead us. Yes, they're supposed to be strong. They know that they are the head, or they know what they need to do, but they are yet human. That means their feelings get hurt. They get embarrassed. They have pride. They have an ego. We know this. Our job, especially for a couple that's trying to be in a triad, you are his anchors. If you have a man that can lead his triad strong, he's going to need 2 anchors. That's the thing that you need to understand. How can you hold something down if you don't know how much it weighs? If it's lightweight box metal, if you think about it like that in transition, how can you hold a man down if you don't know how he thinks? What hurts his feelings? What makes him happy? What makes him sad? What some things that you need to step in and be like, you need to get that together, just like he gonna step in and get you together. Because at this age, we done came with baggage and mistakes and feelings and turmoil and pain and all that other stuff, and we're learning to let that stuff go and become the better you that you're gonna be. But it has to be that, and he has to be strong enough to lift both of us up at the same time. That has to come with communication and understanding, and realizing your partner's feelings is just as valid as your feelings. Come to the table, discuss it. And if you're angry, you have every right to be angry. If you're in a situation and he done pissed you off or she done pissed you off, you have the right to be angry. But what you should not do is yell at each other, spat at each other, say whatever you're going to say, because you making him more mad than you are or whatever is not going to solve anything. Y'all just walking around mad, and that's not fair. That's not fair to you, and that's not fair to him. And then you don't want to become honest because you don't want to argue, because nothing is being resolved. Y'all feelings is just hurt. I say take your time, walk away, start to look at the you in the situation. And no, it might not be all your fault. Everything has to start in the universe of you, because if you ain't, and if you don't think that is, if you not happy, ain't nobody else happy. If you ain't happy, and you might not be a negative, vengeful person, but if you ain't happy, you don't want to be bothered. You don't want to smile at nobody. You don't want to give nobody a kind word. You don't want to hug nobody. You don't want to put your foot in that meal because you don't feel like cooking. You don't really want to go nowhere. Nope. You don't feel like hearing about your girlfriend's problems because you're tired of hearing about it because you got your own shit to deal with. I understand all of that. So you have to make sure that you're in a place that you can be what you need to be to get what you need. Like, I suffer from depression, and I will talk about that as well, because I have a mental illness. I'm bipolar, and I suffer from depression. And my depression is bipolar. And I've learned one thing: I am not on any medication other than marijuana, but I'm not on any medication because one thing that when I can feel it, I start to put love into people. And the people that I surround myself with, I put it into them because I know when I genuinely get it back, it's a genuine, I love you too, girl, have a nice day. And because I do things from that era, I know what I give is going to be what I give. And that is the most beautiful thing about it. So when you coming into that and you're thinking about that, that's a checklist that is me and my mate communicating. What are we going into this journey for? Are we going into to heal one another, or are we going into doing things for one another? Am I going in here trying to fix an already broken marriage? And you're going to hear people say that the marriage is broken. If you're thinking about polygamy, you don't even have to think about that. Are you going into it because you understand that your husband is more and you want more and things of that nature? Even to those who want sister wives, because every woman that's in this lifestyle or living different outside of the norm is not gay or bisexual or any of that nature. They just understand that they know what type of man that they have, and they know what type of foundation that they want to build, and that's for them. They know that. So with that being said, we have to learn to validate each other's feelings and be the best people that we can be. Now, if you can't do that with the one person that you laying next to every day, you're never going to be able to do it with a third, no matter if it's a male or female. And believe it or not, there are women out here that do have 2 husbands or do have 2 boyfriends that are dating. That does not make the other man weak. That does not make the other man sensitive. And yes, you can have 2 alpha males and have a wonderful functioning triad. I did for almost 2 years. And we ended on very great terms. We're very good friends to this day. I love him, big heart. And he's going to be great. And he's in love and doing what he need to do. We support it. He gonna get married, and I'm gonna be in it. I finally get to be a fucking bridesmaid. Yay! Woo, 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 woo. Especially since I've been a wife 3 times. That's one reason you'll know that I know what the hell I'm talking about, because I've been there, done that, and I think I kind of got it right this time. But nevertheless, I'm gonna leave you with that coffee. And like I said, at the end of this journey, just don't look up me. If you look up me, go research, do your own research, listen to couples. And I do appreciate the YouTube, I do appreciate the internet, because we're all accessible. My experience is not going to be the same experience that you have being a poly couple in Texas. My experience is not going to be the same that you have being in Miami or New York, or all that stuff makes a difference. It really does. Or long distance, or triads, or couples that date other couples. It's so many dynamics to this, and we're all out here. We have to learn how to share our stories, and even to be a voice, because, you know, some people are still dealing with that. So that's what we're here for. If I only help one, I've helped enough. Y'all have a good morning. Love, peace, and fish grease, my people.